Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'm convinced the Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos is sharing red flags about Chock Chapple to warn Bachelor Nation the couple could split soon. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos has been sharing red flags and joking videos about her fiancé Chock Chapple. And I'm convinced she's actually trying to warn Bachelor Nation about his issues. Throughout her time as the lead of the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan has been honest with her followers about what's going on in her life and how things are unfolding. While she's been open about her relationship with Chock throughout the duration of the postseason, Joan's also been trying to shine a light on Chock's better qualities. After facing backlash, she wanted her fiancé to look good. Though Joan and Chock's relationship appears to be moving smoothly, it's possible there are more bumps in the road than Bachelor Nation has been privy to. With viewers struggling to understand Joan's connection to Chock throughout the season and pointing out his red flags, it appears that there has been a lot of cleanup happening on Joan's end when it comes to her fiancé. Even so, with some recent posts, I've been wondering if Joan is actually trying to show some of Chock's more difficult qualities, warning Bachelor Nation about her issues with him before a split comes to light. Although the majority of Joan's posts about Chock in recent weeks have surrounded her love and care for her Golden Bachelorette pick, a recent social media post has some wondering if Joan isn't as happy as she claims. While Chock has spent the majority of his time post-show with Joan in her home state of Maryland, she finally traveled to see him in his home state of Kansas for the new year. Joan's time in Kansas has been well documented online, and she even posted about one of Chock's red flags she'd never seen before, sharing a reel about his socks. Joan's recent post about Chock's hundreds of mismatched socks that live in large plastic bins around his house was clearly meant to be a joke. But there could be some truth behind Joan's averse reaction. She explained that the unsorted socks, many singular without a pair, were giving her major anxiety as she toured Bachelor Nation around Chock's space. Explaining that she was on a mission to sort the socks, Joan was openly teasing her fiancé. But many are wondering if there's more to the video than met the eye. Joan could have been feeling like there was an issue afoot. Although Joan and Chock's relationship hasn't been long, the pair have been facing major backlash throughout their time together after the Golden Bachelorette. Throughout the season, Bachelor Nation struggled with the issues they saw coming from Chock as a contestant. With an air of non-committal attitude, Chock appeared to be very intense about his feelings for Joan throughout the season. Many struggled to understand how he could seem like a playboy and at the same time isolate himself from the other contestants on the Golden Bachelorette. Throughout the season and in the aftermath, Joan and Chock have faced major scrutiny. While Joan appears to be having a good time with Chock, it's clear that her relationship with him isn't something she was banking on. Joan's posts often paint Chock in a far more positive light than Bachelor Nation has him in, and it's clear that she's doing her best to clean up the mess of his reputation. While there's only so much Joan can do on social media, I'd often feel like she's trying to make others see Chock in a more positive light, so she does. Joan could be feeling she made the wrong choice on the Golden Bachelorette. As Joan and Chock's relationship continues to unfold, the pair have shared more and more about one another online and learned more about one another in person. The couple have done their best to work through their issues offline, but it's clear that by Joan posting some anxiety she's feeling about Chock's home in Kansas, even in jest, that she's beginning to feel the weight of her decision. Joan's stress may be more about the fact that she's engaged to someone she barely knows, and may continue to flare up as she learns more about Chock and his ways. Despite Bachelor Nation's warnings about Chock, Joan has been working hard to keep her relationship with the Kansas native alive as she moves into the new year. Though the pair are still very much in the honeymoon phase of their relationship, they appear to be finding out some more difficult truths about each other that could lead to major tension. As Joan and Chock move through their new relationship, they'll continue to understand there are things they don't know about one another. The Golden Bachelorette was only the beginning of the relationship, but its aftermath could lead to a split. There's something about Joan Vassos, the charismatic and sophisticated lead of the Golden Bachelorette, that has always captured our hearts. Her elegance, wit, and wisdom have made her a fan favorite. But lately, Joan has been raising eyebrows. And not for her sparkling gowns or her heartfelt moments on the show. Instead, it's her subtle but deliberate remarks about frontrunner Chock Chapple that have Bachelor Nation wondering, is Joan trying to send us a message? Could these so-called red flags spell trouble for the relationship? Let's dive into the clues that suggest Joan might be warning us about a potential split. The case of the lingering doubts. During a recent episode, Joan and Chock shared what appeared to be a romantic date in a picturesque vineyard. The setting was idyllic, the wine flowed freely, and the chemistry seemed undeniable. But just as viewers were basking in their love story, Joan dropped a comment that felt like a record scratch. Sometimes, I wonder if Chock is really ready for the kind of commitment I'm looking for. At first glance, it might have seemed like a passing remark, but Joan isn't one to mince words. This isn't the first time she's expressed reservations about Chock. Earlier this season, she admitted during a confessional, Chock is wonderful. But he's also a bit of a wild card. He's charming, but is he dependable? I'm not sure. Could Joan's doubts be more than just momentary apprehension? It's starting to feel like she's waving a red flag for anyone paying close enough attention. The mystery of Chock's past. Another red flag that Joan has subtly highlighted involves Chock's somewhat murky past. While the show has presented Chock as a successful entrepreneur with a larger-than-life personality, Joan has hinted that there might be more to the story. During a group date, she made an offhand comment about not fully knowing someone until you've seen them under pressure. Later, she mentioned to the other contestants that Chock had been vague about certain aspects of his previous relationships. Bachelor Nation sleuths were quick to dig deeper, and some fans uncovered rumors that Chock's last long-term relationship ended under contentious circumstances. While nothing has been confirmed, Joan's subtle remarks make it clear that she's aware of these whispers, and perhaps even concerned about them. The silent treatment moment. One of the most telling moments came during the Meet the Family episode. Joan's family is known for being warm and welcoming, but when Chock sat down with Joan's sister, the conversation took an unexpected turn. Joan's sister asked Chock about his plans for the future, particularly regarding blending families and navigating the complexities of life as an older couple. Chock's response, a vague and noncommittal, "We'll see where life takes us." Joan's reaction was hard to miss. Her smile froze, and there was a moment of silence that spoke volumes. Later, during a confessional, Joan admitted, "I've always been a planner. I need to know that the person I'm with is as serious about building a future as I am." Chock's answer left me feeling uncertain. Was this Joan's way of subtly signaling that Chock's commitment issues could be a deal breaker? The overcompensating theory. Another intriguing clue lies in Chock's behavior. In recent episodes, he's gone above and beyond to win Joan's affection, from extravagant gestures to over-the-top declarations of love. While some might see this as romantic, others, including Joan herself, seem to view it with skepticism.